Ronell Nolan, President, CEO, Health Agents for America, coming to you live. Wanted to give you an update about an amazing summit that we had last week. I heard from members and sponsors and speakers alike that the content, the events were one of the best events that they had attended. I had several sponsors tell me I attend events every month, and this was the best. So that made me really, really happy because it takes a lot of time and effort to put on a summit. And especially with HAFA being a staff of one, it really, we really depend on our members and volunteers to help make this happen. So I'm going to give you an update about that a little bit later. But I want to let you know that March 25th, I and several other HAFA members will be in Washington, D.C. at the CMS Agent Broker Roundtable. We will be discussing individual issues, and if you have any ICRA issues you would like me to bring forward, please email me and let me know. Remember, I'm the voice of HAFA, the voice of you, and it's important that I bring your message to Washington, D.C. Also, Louisiana's legislative session started today, and we are having a bill review on Thursday. Everyone is invited, 2 o'clock at Derek Babcock and Bridget Gilbert's office in Drusilla. An invitation was sent out yesterday afternoon, so please join us. If you have any questions, let me know. For those who missed the summit, I am so sorry you missed the summit. But for those that attended, thank you very much. Thank you to our members, thank you to our sponsors, and thank you to our speakers. I wanted to give you a few fun highlights so you can put yourself in my shoes for a little while. I was missing some important speaker gifts that were not delivered on time and realized that they were not going to be delivered on time. So I got into my little yellow, for most people know FRS, pretty fast car, and headed to New Orleans. I was stopped by a state trooper. It should have been stopped by a state trooper. And he said, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And I said, "No." And he said, "No idea?" I said, "No, sir." And he said, "Well, do you have an excuse?" And I said, "I'll be honest. The only thing I can tell you is that we have a national conference in New Orleans. I should have been there 3 hours ago, and I need to get there." And so he asked me if I had any bazookas or guns in my car. And I said, "No, sir." And then finally he said, "Honesty goes a long way. You just be careful and go ahead and be careful and slow down." I don't think I've ever gotten out a ticket, but I slowed down, but I made it to the HAFA Summit, and I want to thank Trish and Tori Freeman and I think Kirk Wagner, Sandy Davis. I mean, they got the ballroom ready. They got the room ready for our party. So a huge thank you to those guys because I just couldn't get there on time. I just couldn't. We had a wonderful VIP reception that night, and I want to thank my HR counsel and associated benefit consultants. We had a wine and cheese, 60s groovy, just meet and greet. And folks got to meet each other on a very casual basis. And I think that people had a lot of fun. Thursday, we started with some wonderful speakers. We had a video from Senator Cassidy and Congressman Johnson, and they both could not be there, but their videos might be included in this Monday news if Tori can get it up. If not, we will have it on our website. We are trying to include some of the PowerPoints for those that attended and didn't attend in our Monday news, and we'll be adding that to the HAFA website also. And then on Thursday at lunch, we had our first we presented our first annual Jeff Miles Memorial Award. And I have to tell you, it was a very tough and emotional presentation to give because Jeff was so important to HAFA and to me. And this year's recipient went to another very important person to me, Chris Garrett. So if you see Chris, please tell him congratulations. He well deserved the Jeff Miles Memorial Award, being the founding father of HAFA. When I called him in November 2012 and said, Jeff, I need to fight this bill in Louisiana that's going to take our commissions, and we've got to have our own association. Within a week, we had bylaws written, we were incorporated, and we were ready to rock and roll, and we had a PAC. So Chris was always there and has always been, a driving force of HAFA. So he deserved it. It was a beautiful eagle with his name and, of course, Jeff's name on it. Some of those pictures you'll see in the Monday morning news, and I hope that you enjoy it. The PAC, our PAC chair, Guy Fury, once again knocked it out of the park. He had a goal of 7,000. We raised 4,000, which made me very happy. But that doesn't mean that you can't give and help us meet Guy's goal of 7,000. If you give on the congressional level, you receive a button that says, I rock, I'm a HAFA PAC contributor. If you are a senatorial level member, you'll receive the button and a t-shirt, and all that will be mailed to you. And then if you are a presidential contributor, you will get the other two, and you will also sit on the board and help make decisions. So we would definitely appreciate your PAC dollars. We take credit cards, checks, Venmo, anything you can think of, we're going to take to be able to accept your PAC dollars. We're excited. We got 2 new members at the summit, Mr. Bill Lee and Mike Havland. So we were excited to have those 2 folks join us. And we got a new presidential member, Jessica Couvion. Jessica Couvion has been a senatorial member and a member probably since the get-go in 2012. But she increased her dues and will be sitting on the presidential board effective immediately. So welcome, Jessica. Welcome, Bill. Welcome, Mike. And thanks for everyone that gave to the PAC. And on top of everything, the cherry on top was the fact that we had our first, and it won't be our last, silent auction. Tori Freeman just went above and beyond what I could ever expect. The things she got donated, the money we raised. I'm not sure of the total numbers yet, but we raised a lot of money. A lot of the money came from my mother, who decided she wanted to bid on everything. And so she ended up winning the Coach O signed jersey, the coach's LSU basketball, and this beautiful tiger eye painting that I delivered to her on the way home on Friday. So shout out to my mom, who just went a little crazy. And shout out to all the folks that gave, and those that bid, and those that purchased items to help HAFA put a few dollars in our pocket to help with our survival. Tori will be doing this next year, so if you have any ideas, please reach out to her. If you have any ideas of future speakers, sponsors, topics, things that you think that we could do for 2021, please let me know. We also had a fortune teller at the summit, at the reception at the summit, for those that wanted to see what she had to say for fun. And there was a lot, because I had a list. I was trying to check off everybody and make sure that they all got to talk to her for a few minutes. So that was a lot of fun. Added a little bit of adventure. And then our second line from the La Pavillon to the Spirits on Bourbon. So hopefully you'll enjoy those pictures, and there might be a couple of videos. But there was a brass band that led us with music. It was sponsored by Hawaii Mainland Administrators. So thank you, Linnea, for always going above and beyond, not only being a platinum sponsor, but giving additional funds towards our reception at Spirits on Bourbon. So we had a blast. Thank you so much for everyone who participated. For those who didn't, put next year on your calendar. You won't want to miss it. If you need something, call me. I'm here for you. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Keep that selling up. Keep helping your clients. And let's show them how important Health Agents for America are to the industry.